It's your favorite super duper mother daughter duo coming to you with all the positive vibes and helping you become exactly who you want to be. We're giving out all the good stuff on this podcast, and it's your host Tekoa and Sarah. So grab your mug because it's time for tea.
Welcome, everybody. It's time for tea. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tekoa. And today we're going to be talking about a crab mentality. Ooh. Before we get into that, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? I'm doing wonderful. Everything's good. I'm excited about this topic today.
Awesome.
How are you feeling?
I'm doing okay. After doing my research on the topic, I'm like mind blown. So I'm like, I found out a lot of new things that I didn't know prior. And I, got to look at crab in a barrel mentality in a whole new light and kind of make some connections.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to get into it. So I'm going to talk about what the crab mentality is. Some of us associate it with the crab in a barrel, crab in a bucket, crab in a pot, crabs just in a secluded area together, trying to work their way out. And what it is so if you put multiple crabs inside of some type of container, one crab will try to get out and it will fail because put my pen down. It'll fail because the other crabs are kind of clinging onto it and pulling it down. And that cycle will go on and go on and go on until the crabs are pretty much cooked and dead, right? So if you put one crab in a barrel by itself, it can get out successfully.
Mm-hmm.
But once you put it in with other crabs, there's no success to getting out because it's constantly getting grabbed down. So can you go and give us a definition? Give us your definition of what that is.
Okay, so the definition of the crab mentality, a way of a way of thinking best described by the phrase, if I can't have it, neither can you. This metaphor refers to a pod of crabs in which one tries to escape over the side, but relentlessly pulled down by the others in the pot. So as one go up, they're pulling them down.
Yeah. So, and I originally associated the crab in a barrel phrase, I associated it with the Black community. And it wasn't until we started researching the topic and I like delve into it that it kind of opened up my eyes. I was like, the crab in the barrel mentality is really just hating to the extreme, right? It's just like,
Correct.
you're trying to make it, and that's a no. And then I had to think, like, what's one of the what kind of scenarios can I imagine where that occurs, And yeah, it does occur on some black on black crimes. It occurs on a lot of crimes. There's I watch a show called Murderous Affairs, and sometimes in relationships, if the spouse is trying to get out, instead of letting them, leave and live their best life, the other spouse who's essentially getting left is like, I'm gonna kill you. So I had to think like, well, when can I recall something like that happening? And I went to the Bible, and actually one of the first cases that I could think of, one of the first cases originally that I thought of was Cain and Abel. And it was kind of like Cain killed his brother over what happened to be jealousy. He felt as though he got the short end of the stick, even though, God was judging him accordingly. He felt as though he got the short end of the stick. And in the earliest days of the Bible, he ended up killing his brother. And then when God comes to ask him about it, like, Cain, what's up? Where's Abel? He's like, suits me. Like, am I my brother's keeper? Like,
am I my brother's keeper?
Real nasty with it, right? Really nasty. So in today's age, I kind of see the black on black crime and brothers against brothers, slaughtering each other in the streets. And I'm just like, how could they do this? And, I'm taken aback and I'm crying out. But then when you look at the Bible, Cain did it and he had no issues whatsoever, like looking at God in the face and lying to him and saying, ain't got nothing to do with me, Lord, you figure it out. So that's just like, wow, like cruelty has been around since the beginning of time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that was my original thing. And then as I thought about it deeper, I said, even Satan, when he first of all, when he got kicked out of heaven, that was all because of jealousy, crab in a bucket mentality. You're not going to have a better, what was it, a robe or something than me. You know, I'm supposed to be the prettiest and the best. And here we are. This shouldn't even be a conversation, you know? So he went crazy off of that. And then when he was in the Garden of Eden, he had went up to Eve and tried to trick her. He didn't try. He successfully tricked her into eating the apple. And I think that's because he was already in the bucket. He was already a crab. He was already cast out of heaven.
He knew what his ending was going to be.
Yeah, and he had nothing better to do than bring others down with them. You know,
Yeah.
you know, as much as we blame Eve, oh darn you, Eve. Literally, Satan could have popped up every day for the rest of her life because he had nothing better to do than to bring others down with him. And
Correct.
that was such an eye-opener. It's like that jealousy thing is kind of what seems to trigger that crab in the bucket mentality. And it's just like, it's been here since the beginning of time, you guys. And now I'm in like a mind-blown crisis. Like, oh my gosh, what? So this was definitely a subject that caught me off guard and got me into my deep, deep thoughts. And I'm excited to share it with you all. So get into like, what can you teach us about it? What are some things that you can teach us?
Okay, so the crab mentality, these are people that do not want you to succeed because you become a threat to them. They start questioning themselves about the things they have not accomplished, the things they have not done yet, and this starts bringing up thoughts and emotions and feelings within themselves. And so what their tax is, or their job is, or what they're trying to do is bring you down. If I can't get up there, if I can't have it, you can't. So they're constantly trying to bring you down. And this is with envy, jealousy, bitterness, insecurity. All of these are the psychosis of the psychosis of what they're dealing with. They're jealous, they're envious, they're insecure, and they're like, if you can't have it, if I can't have it, I'm gonna bring you down. So that's one of the things that this crab mentality is talking about, or is, period.
Yeah, and some of those situations where the crab mentality occurs, there's so many situations, honestly, the workplace, inside your own family, inside friendships. Yeah, you know, so it's like there's so many different aspects that it could come and sneak up on you. And we were talking about, how do you even notice, you know, and we said one of the ways you notice is it's essentially a hater. You know, we hear about that in our culture, that, you know, oh, they're a hater. We hear about haters all the time. And it's very apparent that hating is a very real thing. People really are out here hating on you. So, and I don't want to say, how do we like maneuver around it, but you have to maneuver around it.
You do. To survive, you have to, because you're not going to get rid of the people with this crab mentality.
Low vibrational people.
You're not. They're not exempt. They're not going to just go away. You have to coexist with them, and you have to coexist with them by maintaining your sanity, by protecting yourself from the hurt. So those are the things that, because they're here to stay.
Yeah,
they're here to stay.
And that's why it's so important to know who you are and have that foundation where you know where you're going, you know, and you can get out the barrel and stay out of the barrel, you know. And sometimes when you hang out with people and they're like always gossiping, always talking about people, be careful, because that means that you're hanging out with crabs.
And not just that, if they're talking about others, they're also, when you're not around, they're talking about you.
Yeah, that habit that they have of pinpointing fingers and talking about people in a negative light, it just doesn't disappear when you disappear. It's still there. You know, they're looking for things to talk about, so that makes them feel better, because essentially they're vibrating extremely low. There's no hope. And that's another thing when we were talking about the crab in the bucket mentality, and I looked at Satan as a culprit of having that mentality and wanting to bring the rest of humanity down with him. It hit me because he's essentially hopeless.
Yes.
He's already been destroyed. He's defeated. He's been cast
Mm-hmm.
down from heaven. There's no real place for him anymore. He's an
Mm-hmm.
outcast. And misery loves company. I said, what's the saying? Misery loves
Of his
company.
company.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're
Mm-hmm.
hanging around people who are miserable, then either you're miserable yourself or they're going to bring you down with them. So you
Correct.
have to kind of decipher who it is you're hanging out with. And another fun fact, you guys know I love my facts. You are the average of the top 4 to 5 people that you associate yourself with. So if you're associating yourself with people who just hang out and drink alcohol all day, then most likely you're one of them too.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe when you try to kind of grow or elevate yourself, you might get some nasty feedback like, hey man, what you think, you're better than us?
You're gonna get
Hey,
some
you're not
slack.
coming to drink
Yeah.
with us on Friday. Hey, you might receive those negative comments, and that is essentially what the crab in the bucket mentality looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
Mm-hmm.
leave us. You can't elevate. What you mean?
We in this together.
Right, we the bros for life.
Mhm.
This is what we do. What do you look
Yeah.
like? And it's sad, and that's why it hit me so hard, because I'm such a community-based person. I love to reach back and pull people up with me. I love to help individuals, accomplish just like I'm accomplishing things. But this mentality kind of brought to the light that you can't help everybody.
Nope.
And even if you try, they will bring you down with them. you know
Yep.
it's like the birds of a feather flock together, guilty by association.
Yep.
All of those sayings, as cliche as they are, they're so true.
There's truth to them.
Yes, they're so true. So it really, like, I'm going through it right now, guys.
It's all right. We're growing through this.
Yeah, I'm growing through it.
Growing
It
through
seems like I'm
this.
gonna have to get out the barrel and just pew, take
Well,
off.
is and your box has been expanded too. So now your viewpoint has now been enlarged,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and which is a good thing.
It
Makes you see
is.
things in a different kind of way.
It is. I
So
had Go ahead.
so I just want to talk about the 5 reasons people do not want you to succeed.
All right.
So these are 5 reasons that people might not want you to succeed. The first one is the hierarchy power. And this is personal need for control. These people need to control. This behavior tends to happen when those closest to us, such as families and friends and coworkers and so on, uh, once you have an expectation for you, like they expect you to be a certain way and you pass them. They expect you to they see you as, hey, this is Nasera who loves cleaning. So this is who she, but now she owns a business. Like, how did she go from cleaning to owning a multi-million-dollar business? So they expect you to stay where you're at. So the hierarchy of power. So this is one. The next one is feeling trapped. These are people who, have dreams, have goals, but had not accomplished anything. They're stuck where they're at. And they are people that don't want to see you succeed, because while they're where they're at, even though they wish they were at the higher level, they're not doing anything. And now they see you succeeding and growing and expanding and enlarging your territory. They get a little funny in their feelings.
The hopeless.
And they have a low level competitive mindset. They want to be successful, but they just don't have the tenacity and the strive to do it. Past regrets. These are people who are regretful for their feeling bad about themselves, for them not accomplishing what it is that they set forth in their life. So these are another sign of people that are, would like to bring you down, or want to, what is the saying? Reasons people don't want you to succeed. Sorry.
People are
One of the
haters.
things is also hidden anger, buried emotions, jealousy, and insecurity. This is the poison to this whole thing. People that are keeping all this, if you don't have it, if they don't have it, you don't get it. So you don't have it. So that's that buried emotion of jealousy, people are trying to keep you down. Misinterpreting concept, and I apologize, misinterpreted concept. People who have worked just as hard as you work, strive, doing all they can. This is not lazy people. This is like your coworkers or family members who are in business and trying to make it and trying to succeed and doing all the things that they're supposed to do, but they did not get the opportunity. They did not get that position. They did not get the contract. They did not get the what we call the loan for the business or whatever it is that catapult you to the next level. And they're feeling a little funny in their feeling because they've always was taught that, if you work hard, you play hard. If you work hard, you're going to get the outcome. Is going to be good. And they're a little distraught that it's not always like that. So these are the misinterpreted concept, people who are upset when you succeed because they're like, how the heck did you get to that next level when I'm doing the same thing you're doing? And now you have, the job or the contract or your business is growing further and faster than theirs. So these are some of the 5 reasons that people don't want you to succeed.
5
T, you
reasons
have,
why people hate.
yep, why people are haters or the crab in the basket mentality.
Yep. So it sounds like essentially it just happens because most of them were people who just weren't trying as hard as you were. So they wanted you to stay down too. I'm down, you stay down.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm here, you're here with me. Back to the misery loves company. And the other one was, oh, if you just happen to luck out, I'm going to be upset and kind of hold that against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't me, because I didn't get it, because I didn't get it.
Yeah. And we are living in a time where that crab in a bucket mentality, that hate or that envy, it's not just, oh, so and so, they made it, so I'm upset, I'm feeling down about it. No, people take it upon themselves to literally try their best to bring you down as well.
Mm-hmm.
People make it their mission to, oh, if she's winning and I'm not, then I got to find a way to make her lose. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of like it gets scary.
Yeah, they start slandering your name, your reputation, negative, nasty comments on your web page, email. I mean,
Yeah.
they're becoming more vicious.
Yeah, I was telling
Um,
you, there was this on social media recently. It was like the biggest eye opener to me. I'm in this group that it's like a local group, and people were sharing like pictures that they wanted to sell items on. And one lady she put up a picture of some shoes, and another lady, it wasn't in malice or anything. It was genuinely like, hey, maybe you should take a better angle of your pictures. And the girl who posted the pictures was like, I will kill you. That's what she said. Like, I will take you out. Don't comment on my pictures and tell me to do better. And it's just like,
mm-hmm.
like this lady is genuinely trying to help you. And here you are with such a crazy reaction. It was
Correct.
just like mind boggling to me. I just can't grasp why are you so angry?
Insecurity.
Yeah, why are you so angry? Who rejected you lately?
Mm-hmm.
What are you hating for? So it was like, wow, you have to be very careful of, if you're around some crabs, because they get a little pinchy. They get a little pinchy. That was like, wow, did nothing. It
Yeah.
went from 0 to 100 in like
A
seconds.
second.
Yeah, that was like startling to me. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like essentially what we have to do when we come across these crabs, in the bucket, is we have to stay away from that bucket
Yeah.
by
Correct.
all means necessary. If you don't have to climb in there, if you can stay out, stay out. If you can get out and stay out. And try
Yeah.
your best. So if you're like me, the type who wants to give back, the type who wants to motivate, make sure that you focus on yourself first.
Correct.
Make sure you free yourself first. Essentially we're all in the bucket. but make sure you get out of the bucket first, and then you can come back and teach others how you got out. Trying to help everyone while you're in the bucket is not how you do that.
No, it'll drain you.
It'll drain you. Yeah, you'll be burnt
It'll drain you.
out, you'll be frustrated, you'll become jaded, and then you'll be
Mm-hmm.
just like the other crabs in the bucket. You know,
Yep.
become resentful. So focus on your growth first. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on, you know, keeping yourself safe, your energy, your mental health, who you surround yourself with, your circle. Focus on that, and then you can kind of show others how to get out. But we know most people like to see, you know, you can talk to them all day about what they should do, but they want to see that you did it first.
Yeah.
Where are you at in life that you can come back and tell me, you know, how to do this thing? So let's focus on ourselves first, and then we can help others, because that's the mission, that's the goal. And let's get into how do we help ourselves? How do we elevate ourselves? You
Okay.
know, how do we stay out of that bucket? And some of the ways is we search for like-minded people who are also outside of that bucket, who aren't negative minded, who
Yep.
want to grow, who want to elevate, you know, who want, you know, birds fly in a formation for a reason, because the wind resistant, it helps the others not get as tired, and they can all float together essentially, and they don't have to use as much power. So when you're flying with people who are on a similar mission as you, then you're bound to get farther and not use as much energy.
Energy.
You feed off of each other, that reciprocity. That I love that in relationships. So that's what we want to look for. You have anything to add?
Yes, joining a like local social media events, like meetup, things like that. Joining something that you that you're interested in, that that
Something that
that
empowers you too.
that empowers you, yes, that pulls at you, that feeds you, that sort of connects with you. That's part of putting back into you. So that's important, that you're surrounded around, or you find those kinds of things. And I know now, because of the COVID and we're in lockdown, we can't go to these outside meetings, so they have Zoom meetings. Join those meetings, because you're going to be with people, like Tekoa said, that are similar to you, those birds that are all flocking together, going in a direction, and that's inspiring and encouraging you and feeding back into you. The next thing, what's another one? You have one?
So also the accountability partner. I know
Mm-hmm.
as a life coach, I come across individuals who they're lost in life and they don't have any clarity or direction. And what are they doing? They're hanging out and talking to people who don't have any clarity or direction. They're not helping each other. They're kind of just feeding negative energy off of each other.
Off
They're
of
just
each other.
bouncing the
So they're
ball
going
back and
this
forth.
way, they're not going this way.
Yes, yes. So you want to find an accountability partner, a mentor, a coach, someone who can help direct you and level you up essentially. So we want to start, because like I said, the fun fact, the top 4 or 5 people you hang around, you're about the average of who they are. So you want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure the average of whoever you're hanging around is above you. You know, you want to
Yeah.
make sure whoever you're hanging around is higher than you. It's something you strive towards. You know, we don't
Mm-hmm.
want to hang out with so and so in the slums. You know,
Correct.
that's not where we want to be. And we're working towards better us. You know, this podcast is all about growing and becoming a better self. So then we need to hang out with people who are already in that direction. We need to be
Correct.
purposeful with all of our interactions. Make sure that everything you do is purposeful. We need to aim with intent, even when it comes down to friendships. And I, for one, can say it sucks to have to cut people off, but I do it all the time.
She does.
All the time. Like, oh, so and so, you know, I'm moving and they're not trying to move with me. They're trying to hold me back. They still want to go to Fridays and eat wings on Fridays. And I'm telling them, you know, I'm saving my money for this next project or something. And they're not aligning with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting some nasty vibration. So I got to go. Simple
Yeah.
as that. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't look like my future, I can't keep hanging with my past. You know, if you look like my
Oh, that's
past,
a
I
good
gotta
one.
go. Yeah, it's a good one. If you're not looking like my future, gotta get past you.
I like that.
So yeah,
Ding, ding,
so
ding.
that's just we'll put that up there somewhere. Yeah, so that's just one of the things that we have to focus on. And like I said, this is an epiphany for me. This is a new mentality of the crab in the bucket has essentially been around since the beginning of
You have time.
God created
Hmm.
the world, and he apparently created the crab in the bucket mentality. It came with the world. So nothing we can do about it. We can't argue about it. We can't fight it. We can't change it. Just like Jesus said, there will always be poor people. There will always be haters.
There'll always be crabs.
Yeah, and I listen to these modern day rappers, and I'm like, it can't possibly be that many people hating on you. But now I'm second guessing it.
Hmm.
I'm second guessing it. Maybe they do have all of these haters. It's a big thing. So
Yeah, yeah.
definitely keep your
Sadly,
eyes
it's true.
open. Yeah, keep your
Yeah.
eyes open. And like I said, that jealousy is right in line with that crab in the bucket mentality.
Hmm.
Misery loves company. So if you're hating on somebody, maybe try to change your mindset. And what is it in them that I admire? Instead of what am I hating on? What is it that I admire in them that I
Hmm.
aspire to have in myself?
Yep.
Start to change the way you think of things. If it's somebody you're like, so and so thinks she got it on, she got it going on. Why do I feel that way? What is it about this lady that makes me feel like she's competition to me or something like that?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
start to build yourself up and educate yourself. That was also one of the things that you can help to better yourself. Rather than hanging with people who are higher than you, hang with people who are in a higher state than you, but also educate yourself on subjects so that you can also move yourself up into a higher state.
Correct.
Yes, so
Correct.
that when you're conversing with these people, you have some knowledge as well, and you're not going to get left behind. All right, so
And
keep
it'll
building.
build up your self-esteem, and it'll build up your self-worth.
Yes, yeah,
The more you know, the better you are, the better self-confidence you'll feel, the better you'll feel about yourself. And as we were talking about this crap in the basket, I'm thinking of jealousy, and we're interacting and talking about this right now. And I'm sitting there going, well, all of these things we could fix. These are things that we can deal with. So you're jealous of how somebody looks. Fix yourself up. You're jealous of how somebody dressed. Get a couple of outfits. You can go to the consignment shop and Goodwill. People are giving stuff away. People are shopaholic, and you can go, if you can't spend the 20, 30, $40, go to Goodwill. Find those outfits, work that outfit, make you feel good, look good. Those kinds of
invest
things
in
that you can
yourself.
do. If you want a better car, then go ahead and put the money away, do the things that you need to do to get what it is that you want for yourself. Because in life, and that's one thing God talks about jealousy in the Bible, because and actually is one of the commandments, to not be envious, jealous of somebody else.
It
And
is.
the reason is because you're actually able to get those things too. You have to do the work. And a lot of people don't want to do the work. They want the thing, but they don't want to put in the work. They want the gratification, but they don't want to put in what it takes or what they need to do to get that thing. And it's working inside, which is getting your mind together, yourself together, and then it'll manifest outside. So,
Amen. So it comes down to, if you are being hated on, if you feel like there's the people around you who are crabs and trying to bring you down, don't focus on them. Work harder.
on you.
If you are the hater, if you are the crab hating on people around you because you feel like you're hopeless, you feel like you can't get ahead in life, you feel like everybody else is winning but you, that goes back to that victim mentality. If you feel like that's you, then don't focus on them. Work harder.
Yeah, it's both sides is work harder.
Work harder. Keep grinding. Keep going. Let's get it. It all depends on you. Your situation and the environment will be what it is because that's what it has always been. Apparently, that's an eye opener to me. So it's nothing we can complain about. There's nothing we can point fingers
Mm.
on. There's nothing to do but to keep climbing that ladder and moving towards a better you. That's all there is. And
Correct.
like I said, if you look around and you feel like I'm the negative person, I'm the one who has these negative thoughts, I'm the hater, then you also have the power to change your mindset, better
Hmm.
yourself, and
Yep.
become the one that's getting hated on. All right?
Flip that thing. Sound like you flipping
Flip it. You better fly. You better become one of them birds. You better get in formation.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
y'all, let's get in formation. That's what Beyonce said. Y'all better get it together. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, you have the power is all yours, whether you are being hated on or you are the
Or the hater. Both sides. The power is yours.
The power is all yours.
Oh, that was a good one, girl. Ding,
Like
ding,
how
ding,
I
ding.
flipped that around.
Yes, I'm like, ah.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
That was a good nugget. I like that. Ah.
Yeah, bring that thing full circle. If you
Yes.
don't hating or you the one who being hated on, you still can climb. Let's climb out of that barrel. Let's stay out of there and let's win. Okay.
Correct.
Definitely. This was a subject, y'all. I'm gonna be stuck on it all night. Like what? And these are literally all the epiphanies that we had just talking right before we got on here. So it's not like, we're know-it-alls and we have all of this in the bag. We're learning just as we're teaching you guys. We're all learning together, and that's what makes this thing so powerful. I'm learning, you're learning, we're all learning at the same time. Okay.
Correct.
So that wraps up our 30 minutes. Comment below anything that you learned today, anything that caught you off guard. If you are in an existential crisis like I am, mind blown, there was hate from the beginning of the world. Say what? Definitely let us know. We want to hear about all of that. You have anything to say before we head out?
No. And just remember,
first of all, how you say no, but then start.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Put her up on that real quick.
The people who are being hated on, it's not you, it's the other person. So don't take it personal. Don't look at it as it's me. It's not you, it's the other person. And they have to deal with that, their own negative bag, their own hiccups of life. Okay.
They got some hate in their bag and they need to drop it. And that's why I say it's so important to keep climbing, keep focusing on you, because sometimes we'll let that hate and that negativity bring us down.
Yeah.
But that is what they're trying to do.
Fight it.
They are throwing darts. They are shooting bullets at you and your dreams, and they're hoping that you fall. Okay? They're hoping that you fall. And it's the best victory to keep going when someone is trying to bring you down intentionally and you know it, but you're trying on anyway. Oh, that is the best win.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Winning takes heart, and people will try and destroy you and your character, and they'll bring you down, and it's okay to feel it for a little bit. We're humans. We're meant to feel, but do not let it get you down. Okay?
Don't stay down.
Don't stay down.
Get back up again.
Is in the constant movement, the constant flow. All right? Let's go. Let's get it.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Stay blessed.
Love y'all. Stay out the barrel. Till next time.
Stay out.
Stay out the barrel. Bye.
That's all she got to say. Bye.
That's a wrap of today's episode. And once again, this is the podcast, Time for Tea, where we are teaching, empowering, and applying and giving out weekly doses of some good stuff for your spirit. Hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place. Bye.